Hello, welcome everyone to another video. It's OT19, or known as Ultimate Gamer 19,000, and I'm here today to review to you all the Eldritch Knight Blade Singing Wizard multi-class, or I guess the Eldritch Singer for a name. I'm really good at coming up with names. So yeah, let's get right into it. For race, we're going half elf because the amount of ability scores improvements we'll be using Tasha's custom lineage because it's amazing. And we'll be taking a +2 to our dexterity, a +1 to constitution, and a +1 to intelligence. This is all pretty self-explanatory. For alignment, we'll just be picking neutral because neutral's nice. For skill proficiencies, well, actually, for skill proficiency, we'll check on those later. We'll see what skill proficiencies fighters can pick first, which is usually what I do recommend doing. So now, we'll be starting off fighter for one reason: Constitution saving throw proficiencies. Yeah, it's nice to have con saves, pretty good con saves. For skills, we'll be picking acrobatics and having a. I mean, we'll probably do insight. We can't. Thing is, well, I guess we'll take history because we'll have a good intelligence. Okay, so for fighting style, we'll be picking dual wielding because this is going to be a dual wielding build. Okay, not dueling. Two weapon fighting. This is a two weapon fighting build, like most blade singing wizards. Yeah. So, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if this. I don't know if this is a Roll20 thing or like a D&D thing. But for half elves, when I go on the wiki at least, there's different sub races, and for some reason, the general version is kind of the one I'm stuck into picking, which it kind of is a little annoying. But whatever. So if I am correct, you should be able to switch from any of these, and I personally would recommend picking Fleet of the Foot, the Wood Elf Heritage, because an extra 5 feet of movement is nice. You could pick Drow one too, if you or the Swim Speed. Honestly, I think is probably. So I'd recommend Aquatic or Wood Elf. I'm picking Wood Elf because I think it's better. Well, I can't pick Wood Elf because don't roll 20. Um, but I don't know, for skills, I could just pick which. I mean, Arcana is going to be nice because we don't get that. So having Arcana, probably investigations is going to be pretty nice. Now for then you could just pick whichever matters. We do have Dark Vision, which is super nice. Now for ability score improvements, I usually just use Dungeon Dudes' stats, but I know not every table allows them. So now for the stats here, this is the dexterity base build. So we're be taking 18 dexterity. Cause yeah, we good dexterity is really nice. And 18 dexterity. And now for constitution, I think we're also probably gonna make that a 15. But now for intelligence, think of intelligence is. I mean, you always want a good wisdom saving throw. So honest, we can't because the thing of intelligence is it is our main spell casting modifier, but it's not so integral to the build that we need it. Because yeah, we do have really cool wizard spells that do use our saving throws. But again, it's like with this build, I wouldn't expect. This is not a build where you're gonna be like slinging a lot of fireballs. Well, you will be slinging fireballs, but your DCs probably aren't gonna be the best. But still, I mean, this build just brings the Eldritch Knight a ton of versatility. And even at that, you can still cast really good spells like Animate Dead. You can cast that. Blink. That doesn't take your spell. There's still Counterspell. Well, I mean, I guess if you upcast it enough, which you probably won't be able to too well. Oh no, the DC is 10 plus spell level. It's ability, spellcasting ability. Yeah, it's not the worst. I mean, yeah, fly. There's still a bunch of good spells that you can cast that don't really need your saving throw DC. But if you really want a higher saving throw DC, then probably dump wisdom, which I don't recommend. But man, because it really depends. Because like wisdom is so important. Because getting held person just sucks. Yeah, I don't know. It really depends. I think for this scenario, I'm probably just gonna do like maxing out intelligence for him, dumping wisdom, which does suck. This is why I do prefer the dungeon dude stats because I overall do believe they are just generally better. Well, I mean, hold on. Huh. If you do a 14 Constitution, I actually don't mind. I know some people be saying, "Well, are you insane?" But hold on, let a brother cook. If we see here a 14 Constitution, we still have 12 HP. Because since we are, this is another good thing about this build. Since we're taking fighter levels, we get fighter HP. We get fighter hit dices. we get fighter feats. So honestly, with this build, picking tough isn't the worst decision, and I honestly might recommend it. Your Constitution saving throws are going to be lacking a little bit, but at level 2, that becomes a lot more manageable because of a certain feature we get. So honestly, I think we're gonna take a 14 Constitution, but a 12 wisdom for those really important wisdom saving throws we have to make. So for overall stat spread is 8 strength, 17 dexterity, 14 constitution, 16 intelligence, and 12 wisdom, and 8 charisma. This is not a charismatic character, but it's a blade singing wizard. They're not supposed to be charismatic. For background, I wish there's like a mage background or something. I guess we'll just pick like a soldier because we are an eldritch knight. We'll just pick knight. We are an eldritch knight per se. We do have already history, so change all your history proficiency to something else, I guess. Now, another reason why we're picking fighter is because of the equipment we can get. If you guys don't know, blade singing wizards can only use light armor. They can't use anything that's not light, which does kind of suck. But with it also provides us ways to increase our armor class a ton. So overall, that's what kind of makes this have so much synergy. Because yeah, this gives you light armor proficiency, but wizards don't start off with light armor. They also don't start off with scimitars or any weapons. They literally start off with a quarterstaff. Last time I checked, and here you have proficiency in any weapon. And if you do want to, you could make a great sword, Eldritch Knight, Blade Singing Wizard, which no, I don't recommend doing that, but you could. I mean, I've seen dumber things. It's D&D at the end of the day. So we'll be taking leather armor and a longbow. Also, you'll be decent proficient on a longbow, so if you want to do that. But you have cantrips, and you're taking a good intelligence. So I don't know if I'd recommend that. For any weapons, we'll just be picking 2 scimitars, because I think scimitars are cooler than short swords. If you think short swords are cooler, take short swords. But I think scimitars are cooler, so we're just taking scimitars. We'll be taking a light crossbow, and then we'll be taking the Dungeoneers or Explorers pack. I don't know, whichever one you prefer. Now for spells, we don't get any feats, we don't get any bio, none of that. Okay, and now we'll be building our character. So now, with the Eldritch Knight, this build, I think what we should start off with is probably, yeah, 4 levels of fighter, which I know sounds weird. Like, why not get the 5th level? But trust me, the 5th level fighter is basically useless. On this build, at least. I know that may seem weird, but just trust me, the 5th level fighter on this build is pretty useless because we're taking Eldritch Knight. Because with Eldritch Knight, we get a nice little cantrip that I like to call Booming Blade. If you guys don't know what Booming Blade or I think Sword Burst or Green Flame Blade, basically they added D8 to our damage dice and they scale with our level, not our fighter level nor wizard level or total level. So it's a really good cantrip to have, and what we're going to be using until we get into like the later levels of Blades and Wizard, which even at that we don't really need. So we do get Action Surge, which allows us to do attack twice. I'm pretty sure this allows us because I don't think there's a limit on how many cantrips you can cast in a turn, and if there is, you can just I know friggin' so I think you can Booming Blade twice. I am not sure though. In the description, I actually leave a question to answer if you can Booming Blade twice in a turn, if you use Action Surge. But if you can't, you can just Action Surge Booming Blade and like take a potion or something, or like I don't know, dash, just engage. There's a lot of uses for Action Surge, or sure, just take another hit. Like if you're able, well later on I'll cover magic items, but right now if you're able to get like a flame blade sword, then oh, that is gonna do you wonders, my friend. Getting a flame blade on this build is gonna be really nice. So for feet, we'll be taking Elven Accuracy. If you don't know what Elven Accuracy does, basically anytime you generate advantage on I think it's an ability, I think it's anything, any D20 roll that uses intelligence, charisma, wisdom, or dexterity, you actually get to roll 3 dice, which is really nice for many reasons. Because just being able to raise your dexterity by 1, which gets you an 18, and roll 3 dice on any advantage is extraordinarily powerful. So yeah. For spells, we will be picking. I mean, for cantrips, we're of course going to be picking, Green Flame Blade and all the good ones. Um, well, we can only pick one How many cantrips can we pick? Doesn't exactly. Oh, okay, 2 cantrips. That's fine. Yeah, we'll definitely be picking. I mean, take your pick of Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. I think Booming Blade's better because I think it's less resisted. But you know, they do have like sub effects, which yeah, pick at your leisure, if you will. Another good cantrip. I mean, Mold Earth can have its uses, but overall, I think it's probably would be nice to just pick up. No, actually, by level no, this is level 3. I'm oh, message. I don't see message. Yeah, I feel like message has gone. I've seen message get so much value. It's honestly kind of insane how much value I've seen message get. Also, you can pick more cantrips when you multi-class into wizard, if I'm not mistaken. Which, if I am, then I guess we'll find out in like 2 seconds. So now for fighter, now for Eldritch Knight, on roll 20, it's annoying that they don't give you the Eldritch Knight spell list, which is just annoying for multiple reasons. But thanks to the D&D wiki, we can just pull it up real quickly. So I mean, not many good. Absorb elements is really nice. Shield is shield's nice. Major armor can also be good, but honestly, I mean, we can act 4 spells. Holy, I won't be picking shield just because of how genuinely good it is. Shield absorb elements is nice. I mean, we have a good dexterity saving throw, so we'll be basically able to just take 0 damage or some points. Magic missile is just good because it doesn't need anything. I mean, we have a good intelligence score, but like not the best. We have a 16 intelligence, which I do plan on raising it because this build does take a lot of feats because of Eldritch Knight Burr. So what else? I mean, we could take Burning Hands, Chromatic Ward. I mean, honestly, I recommend picking Absorb Elements, Magic Missile, and Shield. You could take Mage Armor, but I mean, once you get those Wizard levels, start getting your Arcane charges. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine, honestly. So I think I do recommend taking Mage Armor. Mage Armor is probably a good pick. But yeah, so 4 levels fighter. Then for our 5th level, we will be multi-classing into Wizard. Because it's just there's no reason to get the 5th level fighter. Because if we're being honest, we're just using blade, booming blade every turn, or green flame blade, whatever you pick. We're just using that every turn, and you can't do that twice. You can only do it once per turn because it's a cantrip, and multi attack straight just doesn't work like that. So we'll just be taking wizard levels to just up our spell casting even more. So yeah, we'll just be taking wizard levels, and honestly, um, this build comes online by level 2, which is pretty early for most D&D builds. So we'll just take a level 6, then we'll kind of do a little damage report. So yeah, we'll be taking the Blade Singing Wizard, which the Blade Singing is kind of my favorite wizard subclass because it's just nice. And also those 4 fighter levels really did help out our HP. We are level 6, so having 48 isn't the best, but still, it's a lot better than having 6 straight levels of wizard. So, and also if you're rolling your HP, then it's going to be even better because But yeah, for Blade Singing Wizard, we do have ritual casting, so now we can cast spells as rituals, which is really nice. Is Mage Armor a ritual spell? No, it's not. No, she was. Yeah. So yeah, now we have ritual casting, which find familiar, go burr. A lot of spells just go burr. Arcane recovery. Basically, this allows us like an amount of times equal to something. Get back spell slots. So now you can cast Mage Armor more often if you want to. Training Orange Song is completely useless. Oh, wait, we gain the performance skill, which I mean, we have an 8 charisma, so that's absolutely useless. But we have it. We do get our Blade Song, which if you don't know, because I didn't cover in a video, we, as a bonus action, we gain a bonus to our AC equal to our int modifier, 10 plus walking speed, advantage on acrobatics checks, and a bonus to any concentration saving throws used to maintain concentration equal to our intelligence modifier. Use this feature amount of times equal to your PB bonus, which at level 5, which is a level before we get, Blade Song, is 3. So 3 times a day, we can just absolutely go crazy, have a really good armor class, and overall, it's just, oh, yeah, okay, we do get additional cantrips as a wizard. So yeah, I think probably, yeah, I think by now taking Firebolt, because Firebolt's now 2d10, so it outscales your standard, pew pews. What else will we be wanting here? I think, it doesn't tell me how much cantrips we get. Friends can be nice, especially because you suck. Chill touch. I mean, we could take Warcaster here. I mean, Shocking Grasp can be nice. Mold Earth. Honestly, take whatever cantrips you like. I'll take Mold Earth because 8 new spells. Wow. We can learn 8 spells, but we don't have them all prepared. But the spells we pick with the Eldritch Knight, I'm pretty sure they're always prepared. So, we can always cast those. Now, with the Wizards, we prepare amount equal to some number. I don't really remember how much, but now we have access to the full wizard spell list, so the sky itself can be pretty nice. I know there's some situations. Oh, Find Familiar is a must have. It's just Find Familiar is so damn nice. Just being able to just generate auto advantage. I think of a bonus action, I think Find Familiar is. But either ways, I mean, still be able to just generate advantage because I know you can command it. Your friends are. You can. Uh, okay. I hopefully yeah. Holy. Yeah, but I do think it can take the help action, but I do think it's the bonus action. I'm not entirely sure though. Okay. But I'm pretty sure you can make it to help you. So if you really just want to hit and don't care for doing the extra attack, you do okay. And I'm pretty sure as a Blazing Wizard, you can make your offhand melee attack. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure though. Most teams allow it, I feel. You can just do your offhand attack with your second scimitar. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you can. Don't quote me on that. But and if you can't, well, either ways, even if you can, I still recommend taking scimitar. I mean, it's the best thing you can get. That's skills up with that. Yeah, and that's a rapier. Well, if you can't dual wield because of booming blade sucking, I just take a rapier. Yeah, simple as that. So now for spells, we'll be taking it as first level wizard. Catapult can be nice. Ray of Sickness can work. Disguise Self. I think we'll be picking up Disguise Self because of how just utility focused it is. Grease can be really annoying. Is Long Strider? I think Long Strider's a ritual. Huh? No, it's not. BG3 it's a ritual. But if you want to, you could get like 50 feet of movement. I mean, it's only an hour long. Damn, they buffed the hell out of the thing in BG3. Charm Person can be really good. Feather Fall is a must-have. You never know when Feather Fall will come useful. But like, Tentress Floating Disc can be really nice because you don't always have you don't always have other things. Identifies a ritual. I know that much. Identifies a ritual, right? Yeah. Identify so nice. No matter what campaign, sleep at earlier levels can be really strong, but not always. Okay, Wizard just gets so many spells. I mean, honestly, just pick whatever you like from the Wizard spell list. Alarm, I guess, can be useful, and then we'll just take Fog Cloud, because why not? Honestly, that's the thing with Wizards, they get so much spells. It's kind of like, you don't be picking out your spells for hours. Just pick whatever you think. Just pick whatever you like to use, really. So now, if you look at the spell list, I think we have four spell slots, which we don't have any second level ones. I wish so. Wait, do we? Oh, we do. We do have second level spells. Oh, nice. Okay, we do have second level spell slots. I didn't know. All right. So having second level spell slots is pretty nice. A sixth level. I mean, that's better if we. I mean, that's better than the Eldritch Knight. Cause yeah, Eldritch Knight gets them a seventh level, which kind of sucks. But I guess now you can upcast Mage Armor, I guess. You can now upcast Mage Armor, folks. Or I guess you'll just probably be using those for like, for the spells you should probably have prepared as a wizard. Feather Fall, Find Familiar are two I was always say. Absorb Element, Magic Missile, Mage Armor, and Shield you always have prepared because they're your Eldritch Knight spells, not your standard spells. What else? I mean, I guess Disguise Self and Catapult can be pretty nice but yeah. Overall, just kind of prepare whichever spells you think will be useful. But Shield, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Absorb Elements, which are your main battle spells, are always prepared. So yeah, that's always nice. For now, for a little bit of a damage report almost, our armor class, as you can see here, is only 15, which that's wrong. I mean, that's just wrong. No? Oh no, yeah, okay. Oh no, no, it's correct because we only have standard. We'll get some studded letter. Get studded letter as soon as you can. Studded letter is not that expensive, really. Get studded leather as soon as you can, but also this does increase by 3, leaving us with a 19 armor class. 24 for use shield is pretty good. I mean, having a 24 armor class by, what, 6th level is higher than most. It's higher than most sword and board fighters. So yeah, on our turns, we'll most likely just be slinging out Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. Yeah, and then we'll just, that's mostly what we're going to be doing. I'm pretty sure Booming Blade allows you to also do like a bonus action melee attack. I'm gonna have to look that up later after. Wow, natural too. I'm gonna have to look that up later. So yeah. Now we will be now at level 8. No, it's not level. Oh gosh, I'm terribly wrong. So now we'll be skipping ahead to level not 12, to level 11. This is kind of when this build fully realizes itself. This is the build is fully online at this point. No, it's level 10 actually. By this point, the build is fully alive. It is fully realized. You have your really good extra attack, which actually the Blade Singing Wizard has a really broken extra attack. Let me get into it. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Moreover, you can cast one of your cantrips in place with one of those attacks. Yes, that is super nice. Because now, for sure, there's no ifs or buts. You can still cast Booming Blade and still take your second hand scimitar attack, which is super nice. And also, you know, just being able to Booming Blade then stab him twice is pretty nice. And honestly, I think some people would debate taking 6 levels of Blade Scene Wizard first, then the fighter levels. Or some people may say take 2 fighter, then 2 Blade Singer. And I mean, again, it's like it's just really subjective how you build it, honestly, because there's millions of ways to build a D&D build. This is how I recommend build it because honestly, this build, it's still gonna provide you a bunch of spellcasting. Also, it is 4 levels, which granted, level 10 is kind of around when like the campaign usually starts to wrap up soon. So unlocking your broken extra attack is super nice actually. So now we do get an extra feat. Now here, you could take tough, if you really are worried about your HP. But if you don't really care for your HP, you could take a bonus to dexterity. Which honestly, I think that's what we might do. Yeah, I think honestly taking a bonus to our dexterity, just getting that dexterity maxed out. By level 8, having a max out dexterity, it's gonna be the same as always. But I mean, if you're to generate advantage often, then if someone in your party is able to like knock someone prone every other turn, then maybe honestly you can increase your intelligence here or take a feat. Maybe take Fey Ancestry or like or something like that. But I think for a general sense, we'll just be maxing our dexterity. And now, yeah. So now, we did kind of skip ahead a little bit because by level 7 you unlock second level spells, which is a massive part of this build. Because second level spells is when we get undoubtedly probably the best spell for this build. And it is hold on, let me find it because I just spelled it so long, bro. Oh, Shadow Blade. At level 7, I think. Yeah, this build level 7 of this build, we get Shadow Blade. Holy hell, Shadow Blade is just so nice. And also, it's a pretty nice replacement, even if you can't dual wield, even if you can't Booming Blade and dual wield before you get your extra attack. Because Shadow Blade reads, you weave together threads of shadow to create a sword of solidified gloom in your hand. The magic sword lasts until the spell ends. It's a concentration up to a minute, so basically one fight. It deals 2d8 psychic damage on hits and has the finesse, light, and throw property, so you can use your dexterity for it. In addition, when you use the sword to attack a target that's in dim light or darkness, that you make the attacker with advantage. If you drop the weapon or throw it, it goes right back to you, which honestly, your fighter or weapon bond does that, so it doesn't really matter. But when you upcast the spell, it damage increases to a maximum of 5d8, but we'll probably be able to reach 4d8 with this build. So yeah, I wouldn't imagine. I mean, we might get 7th level spells, but no, don't hope on it. Don't hope on it. So yeah, Shadow Blade definitely we're gonna be taking. Hold Person also is a really nice one. Web's an easy way to generate advantage. Any other ones? Shatter, invisibility can be nice. Misty Step's a must have. Yeah, Misty Step's the must have with this build. Just being able to just like freaking teleport around the field is so nice. Now for third level spells, we'll be picking. You could take some of the summon spells. I don't think they're concentration, are they? Summon. No, they're not. Oh, yeah, it's concentration. Well, no, I guess. So I probably wouldn't recommend that. But oh, Thunderstep. Well, Thunderstep's also such a nice spell to have this build. This build has a ton of mobility, if you couldn't already tell. This build is kind of the king of having too much mobility. I mean, you have your increased walking speed when you blade sing. It's just so nice. Also, you could take Animate Dead for a little like body to throw at your enemies, I guess. Wait, actually, I just thought of this. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this, but I think to command your familiar, it is a bonus action, but you do generate advantage. So I don't know exact because I don't know exactly the rulings because there's so many rulings in D&D. You don't always know all of them. But if you can't booming blade and then do an offhand scimitar attack, honestly, I would recommend picking up a rapier, doing booming blades, and then just commanding your familiar to grant you advantage on those, and probably increasing your intelligence. Honestly, it's probably what I recommend. But by level 6, we do now have the extra attack, so we can still booming blade. But overall, if you are if you can't like booming blade and then offhand melee attack, I probably would recommend just picking up a rapier and just generating advantage every turn. I probably would just recommend just doing that, but that's neither here nor. We can add 8 new spells. Honestly, and then aside from Misty Step, Web, Hold Person, Shadow Blade, Counter Spell, you gotta pick up Counter Spell. Counter Spell. I mean Fireball because you're a wizard. Come on, Fireball. Oh no, that's actually on. So the spells I'd probably recommend picking. Honestly, again, this is just a guide. You don't have to do everything I tell you. You're not forced to. I'd recommend picking up Web, Hold Person, Misty Step, Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade's a must-have. You must pick Shadow Blade with this build, cause oh, well okay. There's a massive asterisk here. Some DMs do not allow you the pit to use Shadow Blade because technically it's not worth any gold. And if you have one of those DMs, they're boring. And also, technically, if you do go up to a vendor, show them your Shadow Blade, and ask them how much money they'll pay for it, technically that assigns your Shadow Blade a value. So, if your DM is being annoying about it and not allowing you to use Shadow Blade and Boom Blade, just do that. Your DM probably will be mad at it, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But rules is written, that works, because now your Shadow Blade has an assigned value on it. And as long as they say above 1 silver, then honestly, because the thing is, that's such a wishy-washy wording. Like, what the? I mean, you literally could just go up to a guy and say, "I'll pay you 1 gold," if you say this Shadow Blade is worth 25, and then boom, you can. And then technically now it's worth 25, which yeah, that's a cop out, but still, it's like if your DM wants to be annoying and not let you do something because it's not raw, then be annoying back. Like in reality, if your DM's being annoying, they can also be annoying. But that's a tangent aside. Oh, I guess pick Mage Hand because Mage Hand's fun. Man. So yeah, now we take a little weapon report. You know, what's the damage report, not weapon report. So first of all, we're gonna be going to spells. For spells, we had a good picking here. We now have counter spell, fireball, thunderstep. I took some to fate by accident. Probably wouldn't recommend having that one prepared. But some spells you should always have prepared is Shadow Blade because it's just 2d8 is so nice. Having 2d8 damage is super. 2d8 psychic, which is hardly resisted, is nice. Misty Step, I would also recommend always having that one prepared. Find Familiar and Featherfall, those two should also probably be prepared. And honestly, Counterspell and Fireball probably. Also, you could have Thunderstep, but honestly, I think Counterspell and Fireball are probably the core ones you should prepare. So for core wizard spells, you should prepare every day. I'll pick Featherfall, Find Familiar, Misty Step, Shadow Blade, Counterspell, and Fireball. Like a rotation of those spells. Now, you could also prepare Thunderstep if you want. foothold person. But honestly, those ones aren't necessary for the build, but the other ones are very necessary. So yeah, overall, this is kind of when the build is fully realized. It's 10 levels, which, I mean, for a fully realized build, being level 10 is actually pretty nice, in my opinion. Now, and honestly, I think that's probably where I leave it here. For my general advice, if you want to go past 10th level, it's not. I'm not gonna like do in depth or anything. But honestly, I think taking 2 levels of fighter just to get the extra ASI is nice. And then honestly, probably just the rest wizard. 8 more levels of wizard. I mean, what level spells could you get? 14. You'll be a 14th level wizard, which for 20th level, having 120 HP, and if you take tough, which is probably what I would recommend. I mean, tough is so nice. Like tough is tough, you know. How many A's? We have 3 ASIs, so I'd probably recommend maxing out your. I think I would recommend taking tough. I think I would recommend taking tough, and then maybe warcaster if you want to take warcaster. But by the time you reach Wizard 11, well, you're gonna be level 18. Like, I mean, you could max out your intelligence, but definitely, I do recommend probably just maxing out your intelligence with your last 2 ASIs, because it's your main spellcasting stat. You might as well. Also, this spell doesn't need many feats. Uh, what spell levels would we even get? I know we probably get so many spell levels, which I won't be going over every single level. Oh yeah, we 6th level spells. So you can maximum upcast the Shadow Blade if you do want to. So that's nice, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over all of this. But overall, this build, it's really strong. Thematically speaking, it makes sense. You're a fighter that decided that his martial prowess wasn't keeping up. And casting a fireball really can help out with damage he feels. So overall, just keeping your martial prowess up is super nice. Also, having martial prowess is nice. Also, having spell casting. I do harp on wizard being the worst class in the game. That's a joke, obviously. Wizards are powerful. And I feel like wizards are even more powerful here. Because your main problem is bad AC and bad HP, and taking fighter levels of Eldritch Knight does help out both. Um, a decent amount, at least. And yeah, this is kind of like the end of the video. I will be going over what magic items to look out for if your DM is willing. I mean, because I know some DMs like ask you what type of magic items you want to come across. So if your DM is one of those type of, these are probably the ones you should say. Overall, just make it clear that your character kind of wants these items. Of course, an amulet of health is always going to be nice. Flame tongue blade, I think. Any flame tongue blade on this was nice. Extra 2d6 damage, pretty nice. Um, I don't know if your DM will allow this, but he should in theory. If your DM allows you to reflavor a staff of power to a scimitar of power, then you're cooking. Because if you look at it here, a quarterstaff can deal D8 damage, which is technically stronger than a scimitar. So again, this is pretty wishy-washy, honestly. And in reality, it's technically a nerf because like you're losing out on a to like possible damage on average. But if your DM does allow it, of course, a scimitar power is super nice because the staff of power is one of the best staffs in the game, one of the best items for wizards. So if your DM is a nice one that isn't annoying, you know, a scimitar power is pretty damn nice. Yeah, scimitar power. Because if you don't know, staff of power lets you cast Cone of Cold, Fireball, Global Invulnerability, Hold Monster, Levitate, Lightning Bolt, Magic Missile, Brave Enfeeblement, and Wall of Force, basically for free. Now you do have to waste charges, but you get so many charges. Also, it's a +2 to hit. So honestly, I think probably the best like weapon wise would be like a scimitar of power and like a flame blade, long, short sword or scimitar, whatever you want to do. Yeah, honestly, I think probably that will probably be your best bet. Also, I mean, anti-magic armor, that can be nice. Just have a feel of anti-magic. It's decently nice. Decently nice. Uh, Also, just overall picking up +1 +3 armor. That's gonna be your best bet. Aside from that, oh, Amulet of Health or Amulet of Health. This is massive. Your Constitution is a 14, which doesn't matter because your con saves are gonna be high. Because if you're using Shadow Blade, you better be using Blade Song. Like that's a must-have. I know they are both bonus actions, but honestly, I'd recommend picking up Blade Song. Then your first turn Booming Blade, second turn Shadow Blade. Just start using that. It's second level spell slot. Trust me, it works like that. So honestly, picking up a amulet of health, honestly, probably I would recommend. This is probably one of the bigger ones you want to pick up if your DM does allow it. Granted, if you go to like the magical store in Netherdeep or something or Waterdeep, like see if they have it. But yeah, amulet of health, scimitar of power, and probably a flame tongue scimitar. I think are probably my recommendations for magic items. And also +3 or +2 armor. But yeah, that's all for today's video. If you guys have any recommendations, any tips, or fun facts about this build, leave it down below. And for any of the questions I posed in this video, check the description because they should all be answered there. But yeah, that's all for your boy, OT19, signing out.